Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky, and I am a living Christ. Today, my message is very simple to you, very direct. It's going to shock most of you. It will insult many of you, but you'll find that what I say is the absolute truth. Truth is what is. It is non-dualistic. There is no opposite to truth. It is what is. Everything that you, the people, the living, dead people of the intellect, are based in duality, therefore in opposition and division. You worship concepts, you worship ideas, you worship symbols, illusions. That's your life. That is the life of the average man, and I threaten it. I threaten the Satanic New World Order. What is the proof of what I say? It's self-revelatory. All you have to do is open your eyes. Look at my website, arkenterprises.com and lisarayenterprises.com. Look at the search engines under my name, Raymond Ronald Karchevsky. You'll have all the proof that you need, but will you accept it? That's, of course, another idea. A whole different proposition for most of you. Can you accept the truth? Are you capable of withstanding the truth of what is? What is the truth of what I say, that I am a simple man of truth, a living Christ? It's my energy. I don't speak in terms of telling you tales, telling you stories, histories. I don't engage in mind control. I don't tell you what to think. I reveal the obstacles to your ability to think freely and not merely repeat what has been processed into you by coercive, hypnotic imposition. That's what most of you call knowledge. You are subject to the illusions of storytellers, fables, mythologies, legends. Most of your religions are based in these legendary excursions into the conscious mind, the programmable conscious mind. And you repeat what you have heard. You are trained to repeat. You are trained to respond, to react. That's how you become civilized, most of you. You're merely automatons. You react to stimuli. You're living in a world of stimulus, response, reward, and punishment. That's the dualistic world of hell, and you occupy that world. I don't, and that's what upsets you most of all. You cannot undo what I have done. Live fully, completely, at one with truth. That's the energy of a simple man of truth, the Christ. Oh, I'm not the only one. There are Christs, not many of them. For most of you are satanically controlled, mind-controlled, trained, like animals, by stimulus, response, reward and punishment. Look at your schools. That's all they're doing to your children. That's all they have done to you. And you are trapped within that dualistic mindset of illusion. And you call that civilized life. You don't recognize what it is. But I'll tell you what that civilized life is. It's hell. Hell is not a concept. Hell is the division of confusion, violence, conflict, death, destruction. You see, the dualism concept must be destroyed for understanding of oneness, of truth to emerge. That's the transition from the dualistic intellect of Satan to the non-dualistic divine mind of the subconscious. That is what I have brought to you, and you don't recognize it. You feel the pain of confusion, of limitations. You hear the words that I speak, but you add your own definitions to them, and those definitions leave you confused and confounded. And you cannot accept the fact that it is you who don't understand. You must lash out in violent opposition and blame your pain of confusion upon this living Christ. What I say is simple. It is direct. It is what is. You see, that factor is what you cannot digest. You have to make it into an illusion of the intellect through its definitions and ideas and words, dualistic words. And those definitions leave you in a state of confusion, a state of duality. That is the tree that bears the fruit of the dualistic knowledge of good and evil. That's your life. You're all living in hell. And you can't accept that. Your ego, which is nothing more than habitual responses to that which serves you, that is lodged in your memory, that becomes a personality. You become a living dead personage. And after the fact, creation, that's what a civilized human being is. Do you understand that? He's a robot, an automaton. He cannot think for himself. He can merely react to the response of that which is perceived by him, but not understood. And that leaves him in the state of dualistic confusion, separation, division, and violence. Again, does that not entertain hell? Does not prove to you that you are living in hell? Look on the internet. Look at my videos. Look at my written articles. See how they are tampered with. See how they are judged by others who try to destroy the wholeness of what is being said by this living Christ, who tamper with the content of my videos, who alter the worldwide counter of visits to my videos, which everyone, by their content, is probably the most important message that you have ever heard in your lifetime, and they are reduced to double-digit numbers by the Satanists who control the mechanisms of communication that you find on the internet. I'm talking about the media, the mainstream media, and the alternative media. It's all the same. They only appear to be opposites to continue the fight, the conflict that they seek to engage you in through your ability to take a side. Pick a side. Why do you pick a side? To have a fight, to argue, to debate, to go to war, to destroy each other, and feel that you are the victim, the remaining, surviving victim, because you have destroyed the enemy. You have destroyed the illusion of truth. Well, the illusion of truth is merely that, an illusion. It has always been that from the beginning. It is never the truth. Truth cannot be destroyed. Proof of that can be seen in the fact that I'm still around after 25 years. They could not destroy me. They could not make me doubt myself. They could not prove that what I am saying is not true. Although they have tried, they have created their own biographies of this living Christ. They have attributed articles through the phony newspapers that don't exist and claim various charges against this living Christ, which never existed and don't exist now. And they have been exposed. And you'll find that when you seek to look into this living Christ, to determine whether he is a phony or not. I invite that. I have been inviting that for 25 years. I have sought an investigation by our government, which is satanic, just as the religions of our time, the philosophies of our time, the banks of our time, the corporations of our time, they're all satanic. They all deal with the dualistic intellect of Satan. They control you. You have consented somewhere along the way, either through consent and contract, or the ability to remain silent, which they then turn that into silent consent. What do you do when that happens? You become a person, a non-living entity. That person is born of satanic legalese birth certification when your mother was conned into signing a contract with the devil, with the government. And that government has made you into a person, a non-living entity, a member of the living dead, and therefore they have jurisdiction over you, and they call you a citizen. You are a citizen by your own consent if you do not establish your freedom beyond Satan. You see, living men are the creators of government. Government is a fiction, therefore. It exists only in the minds of those who hold it to be an illusion. And then they create a sub-illusion of persons. So they have jurisdiction over persons. That's the living dead, a mere idea. Not a living man, it's not a living woman. It's an idea that is comparable to a corporate legal definition, the definition of the living dead who live in the hell of their own intellect. Well, you've heard what I've said so far. What do you make of it? Is it foolish? Is it stupid? Is it unreal? You can't make that decision. The content of what I have just told you is truth. It cannot be countermanded. And therefore, you either accept it or you feel the pain of rejecting it. That's what most of you do when you turn on to my videos. You feel the pain of your own illusions being exposed to you. And there's a whole system of institutions, satanic institutions out there, to make sure that that's what you do. That's what you get when you tune into my videos and you see double-digit numbers of views of a worldwide audience. Each of these videos ought to be going viral. Yet, what do you see? Double-digit numbers. And because most of you see that you are limited to that kind of thinking, you join the bandwagon. Misery loves company. That's the proof of your life. Are you happy? Oh, some of you may indulge in positive imagery and temporarily feel happy, but that happiness is soon turned around into depression. That's what manic depression is all about. It's satanic reactions of emotions, of something that is posited as being true, but is not. And it drains your life's energy from you. It becomes a disease, a mental disease. You deteriorate. You begin to doubt yourself. You feel the pressures of conforming to a satanic world. I'm here to liberate you from that, because I am a living man, a simple man of truth. And the world of satanic control does not want to lose its grasp over you. So they do everything in their power to destroy the credibility of this Christ. Yet they cannot. They have not. They have come to the point where they just ignore me and hope that you will ignore me too. Their disinformation agents have created the illusion that I am dead, that the image that you see on the screen are merely disinformation agents coming from Russia. Why Russia? Because you're trained to look at Russia as the enemy if you're an American. Russia's not your enemy. No country is your enemy. No people are your enemy, for you are all one. That is the truth of this living Christ. And Satan wants to make sure that you don't understand, you don't come to understand that by yourself. So they, nations, the leaders of these nations, of these countries, are the creators of war. They create dissension amongst you. They divide you. They make you opposers of all those who hold different ideas and create an illusory enemy, someone that you can debate, can argue with, or can declare war against, and finally kill. But what happens when people are killed on the battlefield? It's population control. It's no different than the poisoning of our waters, the poisoning of our air, the poisoning of the thought process that is called education. You see, if you are living in the dualistic world, you cannot have all of the things that technical advancements bring without its opposites showing also. The more technically advanced the society is, the more death and destruction follow it by virtue of its creating a death life, a killing of nature, the cutting down of trees, the poisoning of the air, poisoning of the water, the creation of radiation that ultimately kills. That's what living in a dualistic intellectual world brings you. Oh, you know it, but you don't understand it. That's merely a probable limitation on your part, you see. And so you accept that which you cannot grasp as truth. And so the killing goes on. The wars go on. The crime goes on. And you consent to it silently. Oh, you may say that you are in fear. You are paralyzed from acting. But that's a consent, is it not? You lack the backbone as a living man or a woman to stand up individually, if necessary. Just as this living Christ stands up. You don't understand how he does it, how they haven't destroyed me. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. Truth cannot be destroyed in each and every one of you. In the very heart of your being are truth. But you have been made to doubt yourself. And that makes you the living dead, a zombie, in the control of others who do your thinking for you. You have relinquished your responsibility as a living man or woman. And you reap the result of that dastardly act. When you go to my videos, do not let the double-digit numbers stop you from exposing yourself to the truth within them. For the truth in them is no different than the truth in this video. And you know, each of you, in the depths of your being, know that what I am saying is true because you're disturbed. You cannot shunt it aside. You don't have that kind of power because you live in your limited intellectual mind, the mind of Satan. And Satan has no power over truth. That is the essence of the hundreds and hundreds of videos that you'll find on YouTube, on Vimeo, and on BitChute. I no longer am able to post my videos on Real Video, as they refuse to do that. And each of what I have spoken to you from time to time will not publish certain videos, but they will allow the continuation of the other videos. Why? Ask yourself that. Why? Why do they not ban me altogether like they do with all of the political commentators? The Alex Jones, the popular, mind controllers, the John Statmillers, the talk show hosts who keep you in a realm of confusion and a realm of fight or flight. They keep you angry. They keep you upset. There's no question that that is the ultimate result of your exposure to their kind of influence. That's why I have been banned from both programs, which are highly, highly acceptable. You'll notice that all the doors of the phonies who talk about what is the problem with life are open, are flung open wide. Yet these same doors are closed shut tightly to this living Christ, who does not speak about them, he speaks of them. He is of the nature of truth, and nothing can escape truth. You understand that I am you. What I have done, so can you. You are all living men. You are all living women. You have created government. You have created religions. You create banks. You create corporate structures. And all of these institutions need your life force in the way of money in order to sustain them. And you give it to them. So you support hell on earth. That's your sin. That's your conflict. That's why you feel hopeless, helpless, and a victim. It's all an illusion. Take it from this living Christ. But you must find your backbone and stand individually, just like this Christ. He has no organization. He has no following. He stands alone in truth. He is the God of his life, and so are you. But you have given up that responsibility to follow another, to do your thinking for you. That's what the living dead is. That's what you have become. It's time for all that to change. But you cannot do it through collective thought, for all collective thought is satanic. It is the idea that becomes prominent and not the members who hold that idea that count. They're merely the generators of energy, of money, of power. That's what hell is all about, power. I don't seek power. I am truth. And the truth shall set you free.